What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now today, we got the blokes at TGC, the grade cricketer, of course. Firstly, if you don't know their channel, which I would assume you do, go and subscribe to them. But secondly, hey, we are here with TGC meets Delhi Capitals, presented by their sponsor, which no free shout-outs on the channel, baby. But I do know they've done like 4 or 5 of these. But I was told that the first and second ones were just like, you know, they were kind of like trial episodes in a way. You know, the audio was a bit muffled. So I just decided to give those ones a miss. But if I should react to them, let me know, of course. Especially the Stoinis one, which when I found out the audio was bad on the Marcus Stoinis one, I was pretty upset because I love Big Hulk. But yeah, we got the 3 guys. We got Ravi Shastri Jr., we got David Warner, and we got the man Romvan Powell over here. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. Let's jump into it.
There are a few Australian guys played for us in CPL, like Alex Ross.
Alex Ross? Last pause of the video, but Alex Ross? Bro, that is a name I never hear about except if the Big Bash League is on.
And those guys. So what happened is that after the game, you'd see him just in his Speedo. And he'd take off all his clothes in his Speedo and just take up his stuff and walk into the... and everybody saying, everybody are like, what is he doing?
Now that is surprising to me though, because
in the Caribbean, you have your towel or you're fully wrapped around. You know, that guy just take off every single thing.
No.
And I'm just saying, guys.
Yo,
Man, it's just a cultural difference.
Yeah,
You have to learn
so
to come together.
I'm about to tear up over here. Hey, shout out to the man Romvan Powell firstly. I don't know if this can go on higher quality here, but that is I never knew that wasn't a thing until I heard something like this years ago. That I just thought that was normal. You know, it's an Australian thing, like especially in our national sports. Like everyone, this is going to sound really interesting to a lot of people if they don't understand what I mean here, but everyone kind of, you know, after you play as a team, a sport together, it's like a brotherhood, obviously. And you all just, you know, there's like 7 different showers. You all just jump in there, you know, whether you're naked or wearing your Speedos. Either or, you get in there, have a shower, get out, and buddy, you're all just best mates and brothers at the end of the day. You know, it's kind of, you know, I understand if you think that's weird. You got Skull?
This video is brought to you by ACO and DC. So good to have a couple of Delhi Capitals legends with us. We've got Romvan Powell, David Warner, Prithvi Shaw
Jr.
From the top. There's some power.
Ravi Shastri Jr. Sorry.
In this room. There's some destructive batting in this room. And we're pretty pumped to be talking to them. And I just want to, if you'll allow me, here goes something earnest off the top. In doing research on 3 of these guys, I just want to, like, all of them, and I'm telling you guys things you already know, but you guys love your family so much, and I love that.
What?
You know, Rovman talking...
Bro, I love the guys at TGC, but that is the most...
About your mum,
that's an interesting
Davey
question.
with your family, of course, and Prithvi with your dad. Just, it's really cool to see. And we'll interrogate that throughout this interview, but otherwise, welcome, boys.
Yeah,
and can I just start by saying, you know, how good does it feel to just start the day with a shoot in your full Delhi kit with retired grade cricketers that you've never met before, the day after a close defeat in nowhere you'd rather be in the world, right?
Yeah, look, on a serious note, it's part and parcel of the job, so we just got to get going.
Oh, David!
All right, let's start in the place where we all feel comfortable, club cricket. Let's kick off with you.
I don't even feel comfortable there.
I remember us playing against each other in 2007 in a PGs game. Now, do you remember when the Gordon captain came into the dressing room during a rain break before the game had started? He was naked and he walked into the dressing room asking for 10 cents to use the hot water.
What?
Do you recall that?
No, I don't recall. I don't recall that. 2007, gee whiz, that's a long time ago. I wanted you to say, was that me just coming straight out of a taxi, putting my whites on a plane?
It wasn't you. It was my captain doing that. And we actually won that game. So, you know, maybe it worked. Maybe it worked.
Davey, what he goes is trying to do there is just confirm to everybody that he played against you, and then by extension that he must have been a pretty good player himself. So, but you've not given it to him.
It wasn't that good, I can't remember anything.
Damn.
Rosman, what about you, man? Do you have the same romantic relationship to club cricket? I mean, we talked to Quinton de Kock last week, and he said he'd prefer not to be disturbed by his club. So you can be honest.
I share the same sentiment as David. Back home club cricket is pride and joy. You play for West Indies, but at the end of the day, when you go back to club cricket, sometimes the pressure is even more to score runs because they say that you're an international cricketer, so when you come back to club cricket, you must score runs.
I'm sure this won't be the first or last time you've been asked this question, but the Harris Shield game, under 16s in Mumbai, you hit 546. Was it
What? 546?
a bit of a green seamer, sort of nipped around a bit early on, where you dropped on 0? What do you... Did this even happen?
Plenty of
What
singles?
are your memories?
Was dropped, I think twice I was dropped.
It was lucky. You were lucky.
Yeah.
They play with 30-yard circle as a boundary.
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely wrong. Okay, there's a ground called
Woo!
Azad, which in that ground 20 matches happens in one time.
What?
20.
20 matches.
Gee whiz.
Yeah, so it's like
Then David is right. The boundary can't pass 30 meters.
so
It's like Centennial Park. You know how they have all those wicket and then your boundary overlaps with that one?
Yeah.
It overlaps with that one.
Yeah, I mean, it just happened, man. I don't know.
Bro, that's
like
it. What's going on? 20 matches at once?
I just kept batting and batting.
Oh,
But
man.
Prithvi, I mean, was it difficult navigating the nervous 490s?
Yeah, it was. I think there was a record of Brian Lara, sir, 444
Yeah.
in
That was in the Windies, wasn't it?
Yeah.
something. So I was on 443 and my dad shouted from there, "You need 1 run to break Brian Lasser's record." I'm like, okay, fine. And the next ball, one of the guys dropped the catch.
Oh! Damn.
And then obviously after that, but both the catches were dropped after 400.
Okay.
Catches were
After
dropped.
400.
Just a lazy
There was
400 in the
chance.
backyard?
400,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember what the next highest score was? Like 25 or something? Extras? What was the next highest score?
The next highest score was 255. One of the guy. We did a partnership of
He threw it away.
Couple of thousand.
So what was the total?
999, 998.
And you batted the whole 4 days.
No. They batted. They got all out at around like 110. First day at lunch.
You made the
We
most
started.
of
We
it.
started.
Bro, that is
Just to win.
rough.
We started lunch. Next day, till the end, and one morning session.
That's cruelty at that point.
Okay.
For so long.
Yeah.
We were like dominating the school tournaments. Me and Sarfraz was also there in that.
I'm
same-
sure in Jamaica, if that happened, the opposing team will call off the players. After it start to get ridiculous, the coach would say, "Come, don't want any more of this. Just give them the points."
Davey, you're new back to the franchise. I know you started there
The
9
Daredevils?
years ago or so, but like
Wait,
you're an
no.
experienced
Wait. Yeah, the
campaigner.
Daredevils.
You've
My
had
bad.
a lot of opening partners through the years in all formats. What do you look for in an opening partner, and how is Prithvi doing?
I look for someone who I'm taller than.
Are you taller?
I've not had many of them.
I don't think he's even taller than Prithvi.
So Prithvi, I mean, just the same one back to you. Like, how do you feel Davey's going as an opening partner?
Not
You know,
well.
I mean, you've both batted with Shikhar Dhawan. Do you miss him? In the
Nah, he's in a
trio?
Punjab Kings shirt now.
How's the relationship going? Is Davey everything you hoped for and more?
Yeah, I think it is similar to Shikhar. Like while batting as well, Shikhar is quite chill and same as David.
Both
So,
extremely tall.
Yeah, I think, but I think we need to make some more reels. That's
Come to
what's missing.
Yo, more
I
TikToks.
want to ask this one to you. I mean, some of the highest engagement we've seen is just clips of Ricky Ponting's speeches. We just love seeing Ponting just speak to the team. I want to know for you specifically, listening to Ricky speak before the game, does it make you want to run through a brick wall, or does it make you want to check your phone and see if there's any notifications?
No, brick wall.
Every single time, just listening to the legends.
Yeah.
Gives so much motivation and confidence. I am a captain back home, and I'm gonna take some of his speech to carry back home. It's so empowering. And just the words he used. The time he used the words. just subtle little gestures. You know, it's very, very good, and it's encouraging. It's something that we as cricketers need, you know, that environment for Ricky to be talking to us, for him to believe in us and empowering us. It's just an amazing feeling.
I know.
Ricky, I know you're not watching, but Ricky, I know you're not watching, but please, just someone get Ricky as our next coach for Team Australia. All 3 formats if you want. I don't know, just please, Ricky. I know you love Dally and I know you want to win a title there, but guess what? It's not going to happen, I'm sorry. Please come back to Australia, coach Team Australia in all 3 formats, please. Please, I cannot have another disappointing coach.
On YouTube, there's literally a category for his speeches on the Delhi
Yeah, I
channel.
know. I've watched all of them
with
as
all
well.
the music underneath it and everything. It's like Remember the Titans. But he said one of the goals this year, you just mentioned family, Rovman. He said one of the goals was to live our lives like a family.
Hey.
And we all love our families, but they get on our nerves. So who's the most annoying family member at Delhi?
Khalil Ahmed.
The big quick, not Khalil.
I had him at Sunrisers, so I can just say that.
Oh, okay, true.
I'll go Khalil Ahmed also.
Davey,
Rough.
like we've regularly said on a show, like you are an all-time great of Australian cricket, all formats. You're an all-time great of the IPL. Less spoken about is that you're an all-time great of social media too. And you know, I just want to know, like, what is it that makes you stand out from the rest, and who or what is Pushpa?
For me, it's about giving back to the fans because they don't get to see what we're like, you know, away from the field. So for me, I've always loved dancing, and I think specifically when I come to this country, the one thing they love doing here is dancing and having fun, and they're always smiling, right? They go above and beyond. They do not have the word no in their vocabulary. They'll do anything for you. So for us, you know, having supporters and fans, I think it's great to give back. And there's always a lot of requests that come in, and then you try and pick the ones that you think you can do, because the ones I was doing with my wife, like, okay, I do put time and effort in, and I'm still
They were shocking. I'm sorry, David.
absolutely horrendous. And she makes me look stupid because she can dance. So for me, it's about picking the ones that I'm comfortable with.
Yeah.
But these guys, like, they do dialogues, and it's very hard for me to lip sync the dialogue. It's very hard. But with the Pushpa one, that took me ages to try and do. But these guys are going to start teaching me a bit more now that I'm here on the ground.
Well, especially, you know, in the West Indies, like the Caribbeans, Jamaica, like, I'm sure Big Ron Van Peer can bloody bust down a couple of moves.
A few guys in the team just been
They're
like,
pretty
"Come
good
on,
at
Davey,
dancing."
Get me in for a TikTok." Like, is Axel Patel just trying to weasel his way into a couple
Yeah,
of
he
TikToks
definitely
with
wants a
Dave
couple
Warren,
of
just a bit
followers,
social
baby.
capital?
Nagan definitely is.
Woo!
Yash definitely wants to. We will do one soon. We're gonna.
No. Just quietly, why did Yash Dul not play one game all season? Someone let me know
Looking for
that.
the right one.
Yeah, they're right. There's a couple of funny ones that there are. I want to do one with Khalil Ahmed. So there's a funny one where one has to play the female, one has to play the male, and we haven't worked it out yet.
He's gonna be the female.
You
Damn.
just get like just Rovman and Prithvi, like an assessment of Davey on social media, like, because I see you guys looking at each other while he's talking. Are you happy with his output? You happy with the approach?
They've muted me.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of fun. Sometimes you're laying in bed, you just watch him and his family.
Look, David, you know, last pause of the video, but I've got to be honest. When it was, you know, peak quarantine, you know, early 2020s, mid 2020s, 2021s, you know, David and Candice were posting a lot of TikToks and Instagrams at that time, and there might have been a stage where that mute button came in handy. I'm not going to confirm or deny, but
It is.
But in the Caribbean, that's not really a big thing for us, though.
I just said it was a big thing, though.
Cricketers
What?
making TikToks and
I just said it wasn't your type
We're
of
all
thing.
about
Parties.
promotions, parties.
Parties.
Yeah.
Have you guys been to the Caribbean before?
I wish.
No, I'm keen.
I'm telling you, if you want to open your eyes to a different world, my God, if you can still stand up to 2 rum punches, I'll be very surprised.
No, hey, I can stomach it down. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's incredible. Like, don't worry about the beaches and that. The people are amazing, and street parties. Like, you walk around a corner and you hear this music, and then there's just people dancing on the street having a massive party. It's awesome. Absolutely awesome.
What's your like for all three of you? What's your relationship to your cricket bat? Like, are any of you complete gear nuffies? You know, like best bat you've owned, or do any of your bats have personalities? Do you give your bats names?
I thought that was going to go
Not
somewhere
so
different.
names. So for me, the first 2 games of the IPL, I didn't get much runs. You know, but I didn't get much runs with the bat that I score so much runs with. You know, and I was in my room. I was in my room and I put the bat on the bed and I said, "You're gonna disappoint me in the IPL. What you doing?" And then I said, "Okay, I'm playing the next game and I'm gonna give him one more chance." I get one ball against RCB. One ball. And when I went back to the room, I just put him on the bed and said, "I'm gonna give you a little break. I'm gonna put you in the naughty corner for a little bit."
Yo.
And then I look on the next 4 or 5 bat I have, and I say, "Who is gonna put up their hand and give me some runs?" And then I just take up one and then flip the script.
That's
to be fair, it actually worked for him this season because he had a great middle part of the tournament.
amazing, Rovman. And just at that point when you basically fired your bat, and then you looked at the other 4 and you said,
"Stand
who's
up for
gonna
me,
put their
baby."
hand up in your head, like. Did one of those bats put their hand up? Like, as in, could you see something? Like, that? Why did you pick the bat that you did?
Little cherry on the
You
front.
always have the bats in order. You know,
Yes.
the one that I put in a naughty corner, I know within myself that that's my best bat. You know, but it's just not working in the IPL. Maybe when I go back, it start to click again. So I find a bat for the IPL. You know, like David would play Test cricket and David would have a bat different to that he played Test cricket with, and a bat different to that he play white ball cricket with. So maybe that bat is the international bat. I need to find a bat for IPL.
Prithvi, do you talk to your bats?
No. I just pick up and play with it.
Oh, that sounds wrong.
I have to look on the bat and say, "You're gonna feel me in the IPL, man." But I know within myself that is my best bat, though.
Yeah, so after you spoke really strongly to it, you also would have said, "It's okay, I'll be back later. I'm sorry if I got mad at you."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have the Titanic music in the background as well? Or?
Nah.
Holding the bat up like that. Over the
My
front
heart
of
will
the
go
shirt.
on.
I'll in a few months, man.
I let Ricky pick my bat yesterday. That didn't work.
Yeah.
I never use the same bat twice. Never.
Really?
These cricketers nowadays have so much luxury.
That's what I'm saying.
You can imagine David telling me that he never used the same bat twice. When I'm growing up, I had one bat, and if the bat break, I just pray to Father. One.
That was
Now we
me.
don't use a bat twice.
I was like that as a kid. Like I had one bat, but every time I score 100, that bat never gets used again. It's done his job.
That's
He's never scoring any more runs for me.
He's done his job.
I've got.
say, good boy. It's time to go into retirement now. Good boy. I'll take that grip off you. Don't worry.
Lie, my wife had a crack at me. She goes, "You got so many bats at home." She goes, "You don't need all these bats." And I said, "No, they're the 100 bats. They
The
stay
100 bats.
That's it. Done. They're on ice.
So he's got
They
about
never
30
get
of them.
used again. Never be swung. Never be picked up. They're on the little mantelpiece. That's it.
I
much-
love to play with it again and again.
So would I.
I am the total opposite.
If it's
I
going
score
good-
100 with a bat
Yeah,
tomorrow,
same.
Yeah.
same.
I use the bat for all year.
No, I would never put that bat down.
Bat I'm using.
How many bats have you got just locking around that? Because you got 24 test
Doesn't he have
hundreds, but you saw more hundreds
34
than that.
international
I've
hundreds?
got about 3 cricket bags full. I've got probably about 80 to 90 bats at home.
So like when you go back to play for your club and guys ask you for some
Some-
gloves or whatever, does anyone just ask you for one of your 100 bats?
One guy, or one of my mates, they come over, or some of my mates come over to my house and they pick up the bats and go, "Oh, this is good." And I said, "It's got no runs left. It's already scored 100. You can't touch that."
Bro.
I got it. So the bat that I scored 300 with, I promise you, that was a brand new bat I just took out. A brand new bat. And I've never picked it up to take it out again to have a hit. I picked it up before I went to Pakistan, just picked it up. And I'm like, how did I use this thing? It was so bottom heavy and something that I just never used. And all my bats now are like a lot lighter than what that one was. But
Bro, just quietly, this man Ronvin Powell over here is the funniest guy. Watch what Ronvin does when David's speaking about all these luxuries, all these bats, and Ronvin is just like, mate, my IPL contract paid for one kit bag, and that's all I've got. Are you serious?
I don't know. I just don't.
He's
like
not
having
happy.
The same bat twice. I feel like it's done its job.
Prithvi, hearing all of this from your teammates, are you starting to wonder whether you need a closer relationship with your bats and to think about it a little bit more?
I think I'm fine with my bad stuff.
No? You sure? I mean, you haven't scored a lot of runs.
These people are doing right now. Maybe in a few years I will, but not right now. Maybe I'll talk with my bat if I'm not scoring runs. But I won't change my bat every game.
Yeah, that's
Not possible,
insane.
man.
That's
It's never the man.
Unless and until you have played 10, 12 years of international cricket, you will get those stats. You know.
And they have so much runs like David, they can tell the bat manufacturer, say, hey, send 10 bats at once.
Exactly.
For me, it's not that. If
I
I
know.
get 3 bats, that 3 bats last me for the next 3-4 months. So I have to be very careful in what I do.
Steve Smith's got a forest in his bat.
yeah.
That's how many bats he's got. The guy carries more bats than anyone. He's like a golf fitting manufacturer. You know, which shaft do you want? He's got millions of bats. He'll have 20 there. Come to a test match, just lays out 20 bats. And we'll just pick it like this. Oh, that one's good. That one's good. And then the other boys go to try and pick them up. And he's like, no. He goes, that will be good. What do you mean? But I'll tell you one thing though. Every tail ender needs a good bat. So we make sure one of our bats goes to the tail enders.
That's
Okay, that's fair.
In the Caribbean, whenever you as a batsman, you want a good bat, you take it from a tail ender.
Really? There you
In the
go.
Caribbean, it's best believe
Yeah,
it.
you won't be using
That
that.
good bat coming from a tail ender. Because first thing as a batsman, you're going into his bag and you're asking him, what are you doing with such a good bat?
I like it. That's fair enough. Sheldon Cottrell, mate, what are you doing? Give me that.
And you just take that bat and tell him to go and buy a bowling shoes. What is he doing batting at number 10 and 11 with such a good bat?
That's true. It's true.
That's how it's done in the Caribbean. Anytime the batters want a good bat, they go in the fast bowler's bag, say, this bat is too good to be using at number 11.
Is there any like kit thieving going around in the dressing rooms? I know you have different sponsors and stuff, but if anyone's got, you know, a nice pair of spikes or, you know, a new thigh pad or a new bat, obviously, do you just sort of have a look at that? Maybe they go into the nets, you have a look, go into their kit bag and just
Might take one of those, Rick.
pick it up, just feel it out.
I think shoes and those kind of stuff are not really.
How my feet
Really
going to
high
fit in these
priority.
shoes?
Yeah, I know. Be wearing size 14.
The bats, you know, we are always checking each other bats and see who can
give one.
who we can get a bat from. So far, I've get one of Rishabh Pant's bat. You know, it's very good so far.
I think you need to give it back to him. He's having a good season, he's Richard, but he might need that bat back because, Daly are trying to make the playoffs
One
right
thing
now.
to be very proud of is that the smell in our change room is amazing.
Yeah, just because
Very
of the
proud of that.
I'm proud.
Okay.
Before I go out, he has to roll on his little thing on my hand. That's our pre-game ritual. He'll roll
His cologne.
Cologne on my hand. I'll spray myself twice with a strong one with a light one. And then Rishabh's next to me putting his Dubai scent on. And then you got Shardul doing the same thing.
Lord
It
Shardul!
smells so good.
It's like a flora.
The aroma is
What is... Yeah, I know.
Hey, don't worry about bats and stuff. People are trying to pitch people's colognes.
Yeah. I'm trying to get a whiff.
But if every single player is spraying cologne on themselves,
Stinks.
that seems to me like it would be a very heavy odor
Yeah.
in
what
the
happened is
room.
that
But
every section of the room have a different odor.
Yeah.
So you have to decide what odor you want. You want the Caribbean scent? You want the Indian fragrance? If you want the Dubai fragrance, you go in Rishabh Pant corner. If you want a more modern Australian scent,
Yeah.
you go in the Legend corner. So it's right around the room. All the guys take pride in their
Yeah. Hey, I wonder what Ricky's wearing. You reckon Ricky's got some... does Ricky Ponting even sweat anymore? He's still looking very,
I've
very
never seen
slim
a
nowadays.
returning
So I've never seen a Rexona
I was
can.
going to say, yeah, what's the main difference
Is there
between
any
grade
Lynx
cricket and the
Africa
IPL?
over there?
I think I've just found it. It's
Bit of
Rexona
Lynx?
cans versus Cologne in
Yeah.
the change rooms. Yeah.
I'm still wearing
I mean,
Lynx.
It sounds
so...
like you guys would be a great circuit. I'm circuiting with the Delhi guys for sure.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I want to ask you guys about the showers. You know, showering after a game. I want to know what the longest you've spent in the shower is. Have you brought in some outside furniture into the shower to sit in the tubs afterwards? Like, have you spent an hour in the tubs? You know, maybe with a lager, a refreshing beverage. What's the longest you've spent in the showers?
I don't want to admit this, but I've not showered once at the ground yet.
Neither do I.
What?
It's weird because normally we always shower, but for us, we got so much to do
Media.
afterwards that the timings for the bus and everything, we just pack our bags and then we go, and we're 7 minutes from the hotel, so there's no real time.
Okay, that's
I feel
fair.
the guys will do a lot of ice baths, but
Yeah.
then just get straight out. So it's here it's a bit different, but like in the Australian change room, it's who's the last to put their clothes on. The boys shower for hours in there, hours. They have a beer, they'll chill out, and yeah. But these boys, they're different.
That's where cultural difference comes in, because in the Caribbean nobody really showers at the ground.
Really?
Nobody showers at the ground. People just have a few drinks, head home, shower, and then they go on the road. They go to parties or whatever it is. Nobody really showers at the ground and then head home. Everybody in their separate vehicles. They just quick change your clothes and head home.
The thing is for us,
So you're telling me that the big fellas back in the day used to have, Brian Lara never used to hop in the showers and, see what Chris Gale was up to back in the 2003 World Cup. You cannot tell me that never
we're
happened.
Very comfortable, us Australians. Very comfortable.
Sometimes
Very
yeah.
comfortable,
Yeah.
especially the Australian 2020 team.
Oof.
But it's
Big
it's
Zampa.
funny, different cultures. So when
Stoinis.
I first went to England and I played one of those tour games, and I go into the shower, I'm showering, got the shampoo, turn around, and the opposition is there showering right next to me. What the hell is going on here? They're communal showers.
Oh.
This is not.
Yeah.
My teammates in here, not you guys.
It's the same thing for me in the sense where a few Australian guys played for us in CPL, like
Here we go.
Alex Ross and those guys. So what happened is that after the game, you'd see him just in his Speedo. And he'd take off all his clothes in his Speedo and just take up his stuff and walk into the
That is.
Everybody are like, what is he doing? You know, in the Caribbean, you have your towel or you're fully wrapped around. You know, that guy just take off every single thing. And we're just saying, guys, chill, man. It's just a cultural difference. You have to learn to come together as one.
Well, I suppose, you guys are wearing so much cologne before you go into the field, you probably don't need to shower. You
Yeah.
guys are ready to go out.
Yeah, you're ready to
Dress shirt on, you're ready to go. Let's get out of here. We're good to go.
It's not like we're using the cologne to mask the bad odor, you know.
After playing at 2020 match.
Like you're not getting compliments off the fast bowler when he comes past. You go, "What is
CK1? Is that CK1? Hugo Boss, what is that?
Yeah.
I'll tell you where to get discount from.
Bit of Calvin on it. Use my code. Hey, Virat, he might get a
Boys,
sponsorship.
thanks so much for your time.
Is it
we're-
over?
We're really, really grateful that you gave us the time and the entertainment that you did. We learned a lot about the Delhi Capitals. We learned a lot about bats and their personalities and Cologne.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Showering
much for
as
that.
well. So
Robin Powell, Dave Warner, Prithvi Shaw, three of the most exciting cricketers going around at the moment. Totally appreciative that you've come on the show. Everyone else is watching. You can subscribe if you like. That's got nothing to do with these players. I'm just saying it while they're here. Boys, have a great day and all the best for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you.
hey, shout out to the Delhi Capital. Shout out to TGC. And you know what? Free shout out. Presented by ACCO. Well done. Don't sponsor me. They can if they want. But hey, shout out to them. I'm sure they're the ones who get these going and stuff like that. But hey, if the other episodes are like this, then I'll definitely react to them because it definitely felt like a normal conversation through FaceTime or something. So hey, shout out to these three blokes. Obviously, Prithvi was a little bit more reserved, but I think that's just how, especially a lot of Indians are in the media as well. They like to, not be that guy who's at the front center of attention. Then you got Big David and Big Romvan Power. Hey, Romvan Power, he's actually a pretty funny guy, which is normally pretty accustomed for anyone from the West Indies. They're normally the chillest, coolest, nicest guys you'll ever meet. So, considering I've never met one, well, met someone from the West Indies, except for through the screen. So, I'll let it that out. Hey, that's going to cap it off, guys. I hope everyone enjoyed, and I'll see everyone in the next one.